FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
What has been the big item in the news right now is the fiscal effort. So, on paper, in the textbook, and if I'm sneering at textbook authors, bear in mind that I am one too. So, it's all very simple. If the public doesn't want to spend, well, there are useful things the government can do. So the government can borrow money, and since the public is terribly afraid of everything except government debt, they're actually rushing into government debt, so you can sell a bunch of government debt and spend the money on good stuff. And so we all have in our minds images of the Works Progress Administration during the New Deal, the idea that we can get the government spending to support the economy. And that is basically right. That is actually the most certain thing you can do to support the economy. So if someone's going to ask, what is my view on should we be having a big stimulus program, the answer is yes, definitely. Here are the problems with it. First problem is timing. If we're going to be doing government spending on infrastructure, it's not that easy to get a lot of it happening fast. So that I have my favorite infrastructure project that I regard as absolutely essential and top priority, which is the second rail tunnel under the Hudson River. Just because of where I live and the fact that New Jersey Transit is really pretty crowded these days. It's a good thing, and they actually do think they can get a fair bit of work started quite quickly, but we all know that major construction projects like that tend to drag on for a number of years before the spending continues for a very long time. Think of, if you know about the Big Dig in Boston, which ended up, that was extreme, but still, it's prolonged. How much relief can it provide to the economy in the near term? So we like to talk about shovel-ready projects, and there aren't as many shovel-ready projects as you'd like. There aren't enough to provide the economy with enough support. That means that you have to be willing, to the extent you're going to go that infrastructure route, you have to be willing to accept a lot of projects that really are not going to deliver a lot of relief until 2 years, 3 years out. To a certain extent, that's okay, because all indications are that this slump is going to last at least that long. But it means that if you're looking for quick relief, there's only so much you can do. So you say, well, what else can we do? Well, there are certain things that have quick effects because they're preventing spending cuts rather than trying to increase spending. Aid to state and local governments is one of the best things we can do right now. It's crazy that we have many states just calling a halt to essential construction and repair projects because they're out of money. There's no way from a national point of view that makes sense. So you can do that, but there are some limits on that as well. You can try to, you can provide aid to people in distress. You can provide health care to the unemployed, provide health care to people with low incomes. You can extend and increase unemployment benefits. All of these things are pretty effective. And last but least, tax cuts may have some role. Trouble with tax cuts is, and we've seen this already, well, we had a stimulus package a year ago that consisted entirely of tax cuts. And it didn't do much because people saved most of the tax cut, and it just wasn't very effective. And no one has given any real argument about why that would be any different this time. So that's a poor measure. Putting all that together, what you say is it's actually harder to put together a really effective stimulus package than really any of us had contemplated, because nobody had thought through, nobody expected us to be facing depression-type conditions again. And putting something together on short notice is tough.